Hi there, my name is Bo, and for my project I wanted to focus on stream health and specifically trout habitat because trout are very good biomass indicators of healthy streams as they require clean and cold flowing water. Water temperatures need to be between 55 and 65 degrees Fahrenheit for healthy trout populations. They require clean water because even small amounts of pollution can harm or kill trout. They need highly oxygenated water. They need strong insect and invertebrate populations as a food source, which connects to the ICE that we did in class studying invertebrate populations in streams. They need what's called holding habitat, which can consist of undercut banks, fallen logs, and boulders, which provide shelter from predators for trout and also places of slower moving water for the trout to rest and feed. The other thing they need is spawning habitat, and so for typical North American trout species, this consists of medium-sized gravel between 1/2 inch and 3 inches, so light stony bottom. For my assignment, I looked at the Prickly Pear Creek case study, which, if you look at the map, is located just south of Helena, Montana. And on this map, the small X's indicate mining sites where cadmium, zinc, and lead pollution has been deposited into the Prickly Pear Creek. So if you take a look at Site 1, which is labeled PP1, that's on a small tributary of the main branch of the Prickly Pear Creek. PP3, Site 3, is on the main arm of the Prickly Pear Creek and has been subjected to the most pollution from mining. As you can see, it's downstream from this cluster of X's on the left side of the river. And then PP5, Site 5, is located farther downstream and is also subjected to some pollution from the X's on either side of the river, the mining sites. So I have a question for you. Where do you think pollution along the Prickly Pear Creek is the greatest? So in class we would have done a little type your answers into Zoom so that the class could participate and say which one they think is the most. As I kind of just explained, that would be Site 3 because it has the most X's upstream of it. Most mining sites, X's mining sites, I keep getting those mixed up. And then my other question is, which factor of stream health do you think is most important to the trout? So this question is going to be looking at the two graphs on the right side of my poster. So you can see water temperature is the highest at Site 5, and it's cooler and pretty comparable at Site 1 and Site 3. And then below that, you can see that Site 5 has the lowest biomass of trout. Site 1 has the middle biomass of trout, and Site 3 has the most biomass of trout, even though it's the most polluted. So just based off these graphs, I would say that stream temperature is the most important factor to trout, but it's a little bit of a trick question because all of these factors that I've listed on the left side are very important. So Site 3 probably also has highly oxygenated water, which can be a result of cooler temperatures because cold water more densely holds oxygen. Could be good cover there, good spawning habitat, lots of food. All these sorts of things are important to the trout. But based off these graphs, you can see that the cold water attracts more fish. So even though it's more polluted, the trout are going to stick to the habitat that they like and know and not really avoid polluted areas. And so that's why it's important for us as citizens who are concerned about the health of our native species and of our streams that we bring these mining sites elsewhere and that we're not disturbing the good habitat where trout would like to remain. So that's my presentation. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something.